Just wanted to say thank you to Axel Beats for becoming a $5 Patreon, giving you a shout out, and also an addition to the Weeb Wall. If you also want a shout out and be on the wall of Weebs with a sticker, then all you gotta do is head over to patreon.com/DakotaBroski and be a $5 Patreon. Now let's see what you got. A Faku sticker would be nice. Also, if you're a sticker company that wants to work with me, I would take free stickers. Let's see, you get to go right there. Could you handle being 8 meters tall? And on top of that, could you handle being in a friendship, let alone a relationship with somebody who is also 8 meters tall? You're just a titan at that point. Could you date a titan? How much tax money would go into building a world or a city around somebody who is 8 meters tall that lives there? Building new clothes, buildings, things for her to get an education. I'm not even gonna talk about the bathroom where you actually have to use the term a pool of piss. On top of dating, could you even, what's a safe gesture for YouTube? The title of this manga is called Chieri's Love is 8 meters high. You know what else is 8 meters high? Her. How's it going? My name is Dakota Broski, and today we're going into a manga that tackles the question, could you date a girl who is 8 meters high, and let alone. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As I said, go to the Patreon, patreon.com/DakotaBroski. Thank you again, Axel Beats. Now, let's begin. Chieri's Love is 8 meters high starts out with not with how it happened, but with who. We're brought into the first page with this guy in a classroom who needs an eraser. And who is next to him to lend him an eraser but Chieri, who is 8 meters high and sitting outside the window. She hands him a comically huge eraser, and he just kind of like, I don't know how to use this. It just erases the paper. Don't look all smug, you didn't help me. This plainish looking boy is called Yumeji Kotak, but we know him as Yume-chan, as Chieri refers to him as. Now, she moved away when they were kids, but coming back, she was the size of a small airplane. Not a large airplane, still a lady. Now, she comes back into her hometown with Yume, and she's kind of having trouble, I don't know, existing in a world where she's 8 meters tall. So enter in normal sized Kotaki, who is assigned to help her out through her everyday things as a caretaker. With, I don't know, let me get the door for you, let me carry your bag, what are you gonna help with? So how did Chieri get 8 meters tall? Well, that is a very interesting thing that is explained in the manga. And by explained, it just sort of happened. That's all I got. They don't explain anything with how she became. She just said, oh, she was just 8 meters tall one day. And that's just what we're rolling with. So one day she just Gigantamaxed from a normal person to a giant person, like a Pokemon with no explanation. Now, this happening to her has caused sort of a media outroar, kind of an unnatural phenomenon that happened, which gave her 15 minutes in the spotlight, all eyes on her. But after, nothing else changed, everyone just kind of accepted the fact that, hey, she's 8 meters tall, that's cool, moving on. It's kind of like how last year or two, they were like, oh, there's unidentified flying objects, we are announcing it, here you go. And the world was like, okay, and the government was like, hey, we just had a girl who's 8 meters tall. Do you not care about that? And the world's like, hey, look, I got taxes I got to deal with. I got a housing market I can't afford. I don't have time to be excited for things like this. I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I got to go get ready for my job. So she moves back into her hometown, goes right back to classes, and starts an everyday normal life as much as she can. Now, the first few chapters of this manga is just a little different. For example, she gets to walk to school, but sometimes she helps people out by moving a car that's about to hit somebody, or helping a lady cross the street by just being a giant. Now, there are a few more obstacles to overcome. Like, for example, fans and pervs around the school trying to hang around her to get an upskirt, but she's like, hey guys, check it out. I actually have shorts under this. And the guy's like, don't flash, it doesn't help. But this is where Yume-chan comes in, and it shows how he can help Chieri. He grabs her phone, which is the size of a car, mini sedan, she's a lady, jumps down and uses the powerful flash on it to scare the guys away. And doing things like this, protecting her in only ways that he can, actually, warms her heart a little bit and makes her happy. Now, her life and where she lives and everything about just every day for her is literally built around her. When she goes home, she has a warehouse she goes into, but on the inside, it looks like an everyday house to someone who is normal size. She's got furniture, school supplies, clothes, everything you can ask for, and a clean bathroom. Again, pools of piss, not sure how they handle that. And other than maybe having to get a new insurance policy in this town for, oh, tree damage, general liability, giant girl tripped over my car, life for her is pretty normal, even having a cell phone. Now, these two are pretty simple characters, cookie cutter, straight down the middle, but what makes this manga so great is not the fact that she is so different and that this manga premise is different, but the fact that because she is 8 meters tall, this manga still tackles the just straight up normal rom-com. It is a normal slice of life manga that takes place in a high school. It has the same antics, the same gimmicks. Nothing about this has changed other than the fact they have to write around this girl being 8 meters tall. You see the same cute moments in this that you would see in something like Dangers of My Heart. Like I said, the real charm of this manga is the fact that they just are very bold in making this choice of making her 8 meters tall, and they do nothing about the story that changes that. You still have parts where it's just misunderstandings. You still have parts where the characters are trying to get closer together. You still have potentially a love triangle coming in with another girl who is 8 meters tall. Spoilers, there's also another girl who's 8 meters tall. And no surprise to nobody, she's kind of a bitch. This manga is still very focused around the formula of a girl and a boy in high school that just might like each other, but right now are just being friends and seeing more about each other. You still get cute moments together. You still get things that aren't changed, although she is 8 meters tall. Now, Chieri is going to go through her things that, every other girl would do in her situation. She is insecure about being that tall and things that she, is shy about. She does put up this big front where she's very cautious about it and very not ashamed of it, but deep down she's still a teenage girl. She's still going to be a little shy and a little embarrassed of certain things. All around, it's a solid manga with a guy who's just normal and a cutie patootie. It has solid character design. She's a gal. The other girl, also really cool designs. She's also a little bit of well, let's say that if you had a dream of Chieri stepping on you, the other girl will give you that dream because it's not in Chieri's character to do so. So yeah, they both have a little competition, and she gets so competitive over him that they're like, no, my leg isn't that fat. I don't have thick thighs. Here, try it. Look, feel. And then just sits on him. There are a few things in this manga that are probably going to cater to the niche of big girl. But if you have a manga like this that takes a really bold stance in how it just has a unique setting, but yet the same story and same everything else, then please let me know down below. I would love to hear some manga recommendations. There's other manga that has this similar energy that I can think of. I'll put the title right here, but there's actually one where there's this girl who's a demon, and she comes back to try and rebuild her image because if she doesn't, she'll disappear. But it's the mouth demon, and she just is a normal, cute, slice of life girl, and she just happens to try and get back to being scary, but she's also kawaii desune. But other than that, if you know any more manga that is similar to this energy, let me know down below. Like, comment, and subscribe for new anime and manga recommendations and other topics if you have not already. Go join a Patreon at patreon.com/KodaBroski. Thank you again, Axel Beats, for being a $5 Patreon and getting on the wall. That's all I got. Go read some manga.